On behalf of the Philadelphia prison system, I'm Commissioner Lou Giorla, and I want to welcome you all to this dedication of our orchard program that we're creating to train inmates to grow food for the City Harvest program and to observe and add to the city's environmental efforts. This has been a collaboration on behalf of several parties. The Philadelphia prison system, of course, and the Department of Parks and Recreation, who is supplying us with the trees. You see 3 trees behind me that have been deposited here just to symbolize how this orchard will look. The EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, and we're joined today by Sean Garvin, the Regional Administrator of the EPA, to recognize our efforts. We've partnered with the EPA over the last few years to redesign some of our facilities and add to our renovation projects to support our compost program, and not in any wildlife efforts, but to support our compost program and some of our ongoing environmental efforts, our recycling for one. As you can see, that will not encompass the entire extent of the orchard. We're going to have a few more than three trees, but our orchard designer, Mr. Forsyth, will expand on that in this program. And this represents the 4th step in our environmental measures to accomplish the goals set forth by the mayor and the city to make the city the greenest city in the country, and to expand on the education efforts that are extended not only to the citizenry but to returning citizens in the city of Philadelphia. We started back in 2010 with recycling in all our facilities to separate the waste stream and divert recyclables from our disposal. We then started our horticulture program, which grows vegetables and seedlings for the City Harvest program to generate food for food cupboards and local community gardens. This was capped, of course, by our composting program, which is located at Holmesburg Prison and our cannery facility, where we recycle food waste from one of our 6 facilities, and we hope to expand that to all facilities. And finally, this orchard project, where we hope hundreds of fruit-bearing trees will be able to generate fruit and again add to our efforts to produce food for City Harvest. I'd like to thank a number of people who were involved in this effort, most notably the mayor, who's given us his full blessing and all the support we need through the Office of Sustainability. I want to acknowledge Catherine Gajewski, who's here on behalf of the mayor's office. Of course, the Chief of Staff, Everett Gillison, who told us, let's do this. Let's sit down and talk about it, and brought in Parks and Recreation and brought this to, and I don't mean to be punny, but for fruition. The Director of Public Safety, Mike Resnick, my boss, has been totally supportive and given us all the resources we need to proceed with this project. And of course, Sean Garvin from the EPA, whose agency has not only given us grant funding but technical support and the benefit of their knowledge in creating these projects. And of course, Mr. Forsyth, our orchard designer, without whom we really wouldn't know what this site is capable of. This represents progress toward the goals I mentioned, the greenest city, and then what it will also do is enhance our inmate education process. As you know, many of the individuals who are committed to us lack the resources and lack the proficiency in not only work skills, but in social skills and in the ability to succeed in reentry. So this is part of our reentry efforts. We feel that every opportunity we extend, whether it's educational, therapeutic, vocational, or a work program, will enable them to succeed upon release. The ongoing efforts that we have here involve nearly 80% of our sentenced population and a large portion of our pretrial population as well. It's been our goal to involve everyone who comes through the door in some type of effort that will enable them to succeed upon release. And with that said, let me again offer my thanks for you being in attendance today. We have members of the community. We have members of the Mayor's Office, the EPA, our own prison staff, and I'd like to also thank Warden Karen Bryan, on whose reservation this site will be created, for her hospitality here. And now I'd like to introduce someone who, for the last 6 years, has been nothing but supportive of the Philadelphia prison system. Somebody who's given us the resources, the backing, the moral support, the public support to proceed with our mission. And our mission is twofold. One is to maintain a secure environment and to prepare individuals to re-enter society. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our mayor, Michael Nutter.
Good morning, everyone, and Commissioner Girola, thank you very, very much for your leadership at the Philadelphia prisons, and I want to ask that we recognize the correctional officers, the often, unfortunately, unseen law enforcement. You know, when things happen, and sometimes folks have to be in our care and custody, our correctional officers do their work, of course, behind the wall. We see police officers and firefighters out in the street, but their work is important as well. And so please recognize our great correctional officers who are here with us this morning. I want to thank Lou and his entire team, the leadership that they've been providing and the support and the effort. It takes great leadership to make this organization run well. I want to recognize and welcome to the Philadelphia Prisons campus Sean Garvin, of course, who is the regional administrator for the EPA. Philadelphia has an incredibly supportive and well-working relationship with the EPA, and a lot of that, of course, is due to Sean's leadership. So please give a very warm Philadelphia welcome to the regional administrator for the EPA, Sean Garvin. Commissioner Girola mentioned a number of folks. I'll mention a few, and some will be double coverage as well. You know, I, as mayor, get to go to a lot of events and talk about a lot of things, have a fair number of ideas. Fortunately, I've got a great group of folks that I work with that try to do their best to tamp down the number of ideas, because often some days there are just too many. And that task falls to the person who has the toughest job. My job is pretty tough, but the toughest job in the city of Philadelphia is being the chief of staff to the mayor, and he has double duty, 2 titles, one salary, as we all know. But the chief of staff and deputy mayor for public safety, Everett Gillison, who really makes things happen. Please recognize the chief one more time. Our director of public safety was mentioned earlier, but I want to recognize him as well. Mike Resnick, doing a great job looking over all of the public safety areas. Our Chief Sustainability Officer, Catherine Gajewski, is here, has been a part of this effort, and Catherine is right there, and her one of her staff members, Alex Dews, is with her as well, and so we want to recognize the Mayor's Office of Sustainability and the great work that they're doing in Philadelphia, across the country, and in some instances around the world. So please recognize sustainability. I missed as a part of public safety, but I had a note right here in front of me. Sometimes things are so close to you, you can't see them. And I want to recognize Julie Wertheimer and the great work that she's doing with Mike and Everett over in public safety. Mike DeBaradinas, who I think is not here with us this morning, but Parks and Recreation, certainly an important component of this. He's the Deputy Mayor for Environmental and Community Resources, and I want to thank Parks and Recreation. Phil and the entire team at the Philadelphia Orchard Project, thank you so very much, and the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society. But quite honestly, ladies and gentlemen, we would not be able to do what we're doing in this particular project without the folks who are actually doing the work. And for that, I want to recognize our clients who are over on, I guess, my left, your right. And the gentleman over there who I was talking to a little earlier, they're doing good things here at the Philadelphia prison system. I don't know what any individual may have done in the past before they arrived, but I know what they've done since they've been here. And so please recognize these young men for the work that they're doing right here at the Philadelphia prisons. Guys, thank you very much, and thanks for an opportunity to talk with you just a few minutes ago. I'm certainly honored and excited to be here today to witness this groundbreaking for the Philadelphia prison system's new orchard and officially launch the accompanying orchard program. The Philadelphia prison system has dedicated 2 acres right here behind the Correctional Center to be utilized as the new home of the Philadelphia Prisons Orchard Program. Philadelphia Prisons Orchard Program will be integrated into the existing green programs that teach vocational skills like the Routes to Reentry program and the composting program. By adding programming at this orchard, the Philadelphia Prison System will operate a comprehensive environmental technology program that will prepare our returning citizens for employment in many communities across Philadelphia. The design and layout of the new orchard and accompanying programming will be overseen, as I mentioned, by Phil Forsyth and the professionals at the Philly Orchard Project. And when it's finished, this will be the largest urban orchard in the city of Philadelphia. Yeah, I'll take that. Again, special thanks goes to all the folks at Philadelphia Parks and Recreation and the Tree Philly initiative for donating the trees. I want to thank them for their efforts. And the orchard will soon be home to more than 180 fruit-bearing trees and berry bushes. Don't say that one too quickly. Volunteers from the Pennsylvania Horticultural Society, prisons personnel, and our clients here will plant and maintain the orchard throughout the year. Our clients will receive vocational training and certification in areas like landscaping and horticulture, with the opportunity to possibly earn credit through the Community College of Philadelphia. Produce that is grown will be served throughout the prison system to promote the department's goal of increased sustainability, self-sufficiency, and one of our other city goals, of course, which is fresh fruits and vegetables being served wherever we can. And better yet, if the orchard produces more fruit than the department can actually utilize, the extra product will be donated to local food pantries and soup kitchens throughout our city. This project obviously is great for any number of reasons, but I'm especially proud of it because it combines so many areas of our administration's goals: increased sustainability and greening, access to fresh and healthy foods in many underserved communities, and more opportunities for those who are currently incarcerated to earn valuable life and job training skills before they return to our communities to be productive citizens. In the last few years, the prison system has taken a number of steps to become greener and more sustainable. In 2008, a single-stream recycling program was introduced, allowing the system to recycle about 330 tons of waste every year, and a $15,000 EPA grant helped the prison start a composting project which allows us to divert food waste from trash to reusable material for local greenhouses. Not only, of course, does this save money in areas of trash collection and disposal, but it makes our facilities greener and allows us to run vocational programs like the new one which we'll have right here at the orchard. Due to these and other factors, the Philadelphia prison system has been invited to participate in the EPA's Food Recovery Challenge. The FRC promotes sustainability and conservation using environmental and economic best practices, and we'll hear more about the FRC from Mr. Garvin in just a moment. I look forward to seeing this orchard when the trees and the bushes are all planted and in bloom this summer, serving our city in so many valuable ways. Congratulations to Commissioner Girola. Congratulations to the correctional officers and all the folks who work here at the Philadelphia Prison Systems. And again, thank you to our clients who are doing the work and getting ready for reentry. We welcome you back to the city of Philadelphia in a much different way. Thanks a lot.
At this time, I'd like to ask the Chief of Staff, Everett Gillison, if he would like to make a few remarks.
Thank you, Commissioner. I will be brief because I think the mayor pretty much said it all. When people think of prisons and people think of corrections, they don't really understand what the modern understanding of corrections really means. It's this kind of stuff that we're doing up here. I want people to remember that when you think about the Philadelphia prison system, especially under the leadership of Commissioner Giorla, what you really have is Philadelphia innovation. They've been innovating across the board for many, many years. And because of that, I just want to thank them. I want to thank the staff for all the hard work to make sure that you continue doing what you're doing. And I know that part of that mission statement, not just to provide a secure environment, but to provide that environment so that transformation can truly take place. So on behalf of, I know, 1.5 million people who are in the city of Philadelphia, when they get to understand what really transformation means, Philadelphia prison system will be at the top of what and they'll be able to understand that they have themselves been transformed. So thank you very much, and thank you for all you do.
And as the mayor mentioned, our partnership with the EPA goes back a few years. They've offered us substantial assistance, both in expertise and in financially to assist this orchard and other efforts. So with that said, I'd like to welcome to the podium Sean Garvin, the Regional Administrator for the EPA.
Thank you, Commissioner. Really appreciate the opportunity to be here to represent the EPA. Mayor Nutter, always a pleasure to share the podium. The mayor was mentioning the great relationship between EPA and the city of Philadelphia, and I have to say the mayor and the city make it very easy for us to have that partnership. This is probably 5th, 6th, or 7th time that I've had the opportunity to do an event with the mayor, and it's focusing, today it's on the prison systems. We focused on wastewater, we focused on drinking water, energy efficient buildings, our Green City Clean Waters initiative. There's this competition going on throughout the country that I'm unabashedly encouraging between city mayors on who has the greenest city. And though I may have a lot of other mayors who may not be happy with me, but I think the city of Philadelphia and Mayor Nutter are kind of running in the front, and I want to encourage that to continue. I want to recognize the Chief of Staff, the Deputy Mayor, any other positions that you might be holding, Everett Ellison, for all the great work he does, not just on sustainability and the environment, but really helping to provide leadership and protecting the citizens of Philadelphia. I had an opportunity, as the mayor had mentioned, to meet what I refer to as the environmental stewards who are really engaging in the composting project, and Officer Orange as well, and all the great work that they do. We at EPA, part of our largest role is to really provide knowledge transfer. We spend a lot of time pointing out the great things that other people are doing and encouraging others to kind of step up and take the mantle, and that's what the environmental stewards here at the prison are doing every day, and looking at the composting. Back in May in 2011, EPA provided a $15,000 grant to help the Philly prison system fund a food waste composting pilot. It is a pleasure to be here today, not only to underscore the expansion of that, but also to be here for the groundbreaking of the orchard. Thanks to the hard work of Commissioner Girola, his special assistant Laura Cassidy, Warden Karen Bryant, the staff, and the environmental stewards, the pilot was such a success that Philadelphia is expanding the program throughout the prison system. In the near future, Philadelphia prisons expect to compost 1,400 tons of food waste annually, saving the city significant amounts of money on disposal costs and reducing their environmental footprint. The composting not used on site will be offered free of charge to staff, community gardens, potentially to nearby Pennypack Park, and PennDOT to help control soil erosion. By making greater use of composting, the city will save on the amount of water, pesticides, and chemical fertilizers needed. As a nation, we throw away nearly 40% of all food produced each year, which, while 1 in 6 Americans are food insecure. Much of the food waste that is sent to landfills is actually safe, valuable food which could potentially feed millions. In 2011, food waste in the U.S. totaled 36 million tons. making it the largest waste category going to municipal landfills. Unlike paper and plastic in landfills, food decomposes rapidly and becomes a significant source of methane, a powerful greenhouse gas, 20 times more potent than carbon dioxide, and a key contributor to climate change. In President Obama's recent State of the Union address, he made it clear the debate is settled. Climate change is a fact. The overwhelming judgment of science tells us that climate change is real, that human activities are fueling that change, and that we need to take action to avoid the most devastating consequences. The President called upon federal agencies to work with states, cities, industries, consumers, and the international community to do three things: cut emissions on pollutants that are contributing to climate change, protect our communities from the impacts of climate change, and lead the world in this effort. Utilizing food waste as a resource helps combat climate change by reducing the amount of methane, which is the second most common greenhouse gas emitted from human activities in this country, coming from landfills. EPA is working with socially responsible groups like the Philadelphia Prison System through our Food Recovery Challenge. Today I'm here to announce the Philadelphia Prison System has joined this challenge. By doing so, you're demonstrating your commitment to helping neighbors in need by donating food. At the same time, you're reducing harmful emissions to the air while cutting operating costs and providing inmates with marketable job skills. EPA is proud to participate in this project that is producing a win-win for people and the planet. I congratulate Mayor Nutter, Commissioner Giola, their staffs, and the entire prison system for their efforts in this endeavor and bringing this project to fruition. See, I worked that in as well. And I'm happy to welcome you to the Food Recovery Challenge and proud to be part of this orchard groundbreaking. Thank you and congratulations.
If you look to your right, you'll see a conceptual drawing of our orchard project. And I'd like to introduce the designer who's going to assist us in bringing this project forward, Mr. Phil Forsyth.
So I'm Phil Forsyth, the director of the Philadelphia Orchard Project, a nonprofit that plants and supports community orchards in the city. And I wanted to just say a few words about the orchard design and, of course, thank our partners on this. So the Philadelphia Prison Systems Orchard will be the 36th orchard in the city that we've helped to plant. It'll also be the largest orchard in the city. It'll be over 2 acres here. And you can check out our preliminary plan. Almost 200 fruit and nut trees, from everything from apples and pears to cherries, persimmons, pawpaws, figs, chestnuts, hazels. Also, close to 500 berry bushes and fruiting vines, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, kiwis, and grapes. And all of this will be cared for by our clients here, as the mayor said, as part of a Green Jobs training program. This is a real win-win. And add another win to that, environmental benefits of the orchard. These fruit trees are going to absorb carbon from the air, reduce stormwater runoff, and help build neighborhood ecology. I want to thank our partners. I want to thank PHS, who's been running horticultural programs here at the prison for years, and will also be an essential partner on this endeavor. I want to thank especially Laura Cassidy and all the Philadelphia Prison System staff. I want to thank the city and the administration for their innovative thinking and their commitment to making this the greenest city in the United States. This is the continuation of a partnership. The Philadelphia Orchard Project has planted orchards on 10 parks and recreation properties in the city. Also 6 city schools now have orchards. And we've also partnered on sites with the Water Department and SEPTA. And we're very proud to partner on this exciting new project, the largest orchard in the city here at Philadelphia Prison Systems. Thank you.